Hey, it's your host Peter, and welcome back to another episode of Not So Radical. Today we're going to be talking about hypocrisy of the Capitol riot versus Antifa and BLM riots. So I want to start off with the video of the Capitol riot that took place on the 6th. A large crowd was there to hear Trump speak and rally. There they are on the Capitol steps. People protesting. There were windows broken. There was vandalism. There was violence as well. People strolling inside, police retreating inside. I heard there was police taking selfies with some of the protesters. There they are, almost walking in single file. Things don't look too crazy compared to riots we've seen in the past. Things were stolen. Somebody was murdered. There was a female veteran. She was shot, I believe, in the neck. I mean, other people were injured during this whole event. Violence is never the answer. I want to say it again. I mean, right now it looks like there's a tour guide leading a tour around the Capitol in this little section right here. But I'm just trying to. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to make a little light of the situation. It was a very serious situation, though. But let's move on to. I just want to point out the media called this an insurrection, called it a riot, all the above. Anybody that had any ties to Trump in any way, shape, or form is being deplatformed, censored, losing their businesses, losing jobs. And it's not right when let me just show you why it's not right compared to the media attention that you get for the Antifa and the BLM riots. And remind you that CNN, a lot of the mainstream media companies, they call these mostly peaceful protests. Let me see what their definition is of peaceful protest, because the Capitol protest was a insurrection, which is a very serious thing. Here we go. Some buildings on fire. This is after the George Floyd incident. And you have minority-owned businesses burning down, communities, looting people's jobs. I doubt that Target's going to be open anytime soon. Maybe cleanup crews, demolition crews, maybe they'll have a job from that. Altercations with the police. I mean, this has been going for a year and a half. More looting, more fires. This is an apartment building for low-income housing, burnt down to the ground. People that are suffering from COVID, suffering from the pandemic. You know, they don't need housing right now, right? Police. I mean, it looks like a small war zone down there. I mean, the Capitol riot looks like, I mean, minor compared to this. But these, I forgot, CNN told me these are mostly peaceful protests that have caused hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, hundreds of lives. I mean, countless people injured, police, just citizens along, altogether. Domino's, no pizza for anybody anymore. That place isn't going to be in business long. More looting, more breaking stuff. I mean, it just goes on. Looks like a small war zone at night in most of these cities because of what the governors allow. They're mostly peaceful and they're expressing their feelings, as they say. Here's Antifa, which is tarnished the BLM name in more ways than one. But, you know, typical breaking stuff. They want to set fires, tear down everything, destroy communities. Altercations with the police, blocking roads. Oh, this is a great one. When they're like, oh my God, the insurrectionists, they were so violent. Here they are. They were throwing homemade explosive devices that they had made. One cop almost lost his eyesight altogether. Mostly throwing soda cans. There was bricks. And Antifa's not just an idea; they're a group. And if you look in a previous video, they grouped up in the park, formed like a shield wall with their umbrellas and shields. And I mean, you know their typical dress code, but you know, just throwing stuff at the police because they want to tear down a monument. I mean, even this is small potatoes compared to the Capitol riot. I mean, the Capitol riot was small potatoes compared to this event. And then I just want to point out the Capitol riot it was by a majority of Trump supporters, yes, but there was also Antifa and BLM people that have been arrested for being there and taking part in the Capitol riot. But I just want to point out, in Portland, the night of the inauguration, they were still rioting. Over 100 activists got arrested, or not. There were 100 activists. Not all of them got arrested. A good amount of them got arrested, but 100 of them carrying Antifa and BLM signs, going around. And now they're anti-Biden banners now. I mean, you just don't know with these people. But people say this is just an idea. This is an idea. If it's only an idea, it's an idea that's cost the U.S. Hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, people's lives, and should be labeled a domestic terrorist organization along with Proud Boys and everybody else that supports this kind of violence. I mean, Kamala Harris bailing people out, asking for bail money to bail these people out to keep committing more violence, more damage to their own communities. It doesn't make sense. If you want to call out one side, you better be ready to call it the other side, because here on Not So Radical, all we want is what's fair. Try to meet in the middle, and just, hey, if you're guilty, no matter what side of the fence you're on, right or left, wrong is wrong, violence is violence. But let's stop the hypocrisy. Let's stop only calling out when it's right, when the right side of things are violent. Let's call it the left too. Let's be fair. Let's be equal. You talk about rights. Equality is right in there. One of the most important rights. But for today, that's it on Not So Radical. Don't forget, if you like the video, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment. Commenting apparently really helps. Comment, tell me if you liked the video, if you didn't like the video. Let's try to meet in the middle. Let's talk about things. Let me hear your side of things. Let me get your point of view. And also let me know if you what you want to hear next. Until then, have a nice week.